And secures my other hand, and we are doing what's called a J thrust. So without my partner here, I'm doing a J thrust because I'm going in and up. And as you can see, we have that J. J thrust, in and up. As you can see, you have that J with the fist. My hand going in will compress the diaphragm, and the up for the J will go underneath the rib cage, increase the thoracic pressure to hopefully get the food out. So we do 5 back blows followed by 5 J thrusts and repeat that cycle until pop or drop. The back blows loosens the object out. The J thrust increases the thoracic pressure to hopefully get that food out. In conjunction, that it works best together, so that way we get the food out as quickly as possible. Best case scenario, food comes out, everyone is happy. The patient still needs to go to the hospital or be seen by paramedics in case there was any damage. Worst case scenario, you've done 5 back blows, you've done 5 J thrusts on repeat, and then the patient collapses. I help the patient down to the ground, and then I start my assessments at the very beginning again. They're a brand new patient, which means I help them down to the ground. Oh, hello, sir, can you hear me? Can you hear me? No response. Pressure stimulus, pain stimulus, patient is unresponsive. Next up, we want to check A for airway every single time, especially for choking. I look inside the mouth. This is where it's important that I look inside the mouth. And remember, 2 potential outcomes. Either I see something in the oral cavity or I don't see something there. I see something in the oral cavity and I feel like I can get it out, but we're taking it out with our fingers. Second potential option, there's nothing there. I can only assume that it's clear. Head tilt, chin lift, and then I do my breathing check here. Safe to assume that the patient will not be breathing. However, they will have a carotid pulse still, but because it's from a witness collapse from a choking, we no longer need to check the carotid pulse. We go straight into compressions. The reason why we go straight into compressions is so we're just being preemptive. In case the heart does stop, we're already circulating the oxygenated blood. Another reason why we go straight to compressions is we want to increase their thoracic pressure to hopefully get that food out. Because if from a confirmed choking, it is recommended that we don't do continuous chest compressions, but rather 30 compressions to 2 breaths all the same. The biggest difference is after the 30th compression, before I give that breath, we want to make sure we're looking in the mouth first. 30 compressions, before I give the 2 breaths, I want to look in the mouth. If there's nothing there, I pinch the nose, I do my head tilt, chin lift, create a seal with my lips, 1 breath. If the first breath goes in, that's great, I give that second breath. If the first breath does not go in, readjust the head, give a second breath. Now, whether or not the breath goes in or not the second time, I go back to compressions all the same. 8, 29, 30. After the 30th or theoretically 60th compression, I attempt to give that 3rd breath again. Head tilt, look in the mouth, airway is clear, pinch the nose, head tilt, chin lift, 1 breath. Now, if this 3rd breath does not go in, I do not attempt to give a 4th breath. What we want to do is we go back to compressions because I've acknowledged there is a blockage. I cannot get out. Rather, I just want to keep doing compressions to hopefully circulate the oxygenated blood that's still inside their body and also increase the thoracic pressure to hopefully get that food out. If there's an AED available, I would request that, and we're going to attach it onto this patient as soon as possible.